Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and this time we're going to look at a game called War of the Worlds. This was created by Cinematronics in 1981, and this was suggested by YouTube user MS3Bonnie. And this is based on the novel by H.G. Wells in the late 1800s, and not based on the radio broadcast of Halloween of 1938 by Orson Welles. No, this is a terrible vector game, color vector game. I think it was initially created in like 1979 with black and white graphics, but was changed to color in the early 80s. And it is just an awful game. It's one of the worst arcade games I remember playing. It's just really not very good. You're this roving tank-like vehicle that moves left and right as these alien tripods that fire lasers at you, and those are lifted straight from the War of the Worlds novel. They appear, they move from the background to right in front of you, and their lasers will sweep from either left to right, I think, or right to left. Maybe it was just left to right, but I was thinking it was both left to right and right to left. Go ahead and get started. You do have a shield with limited use. There is sometimes a fireball that will drop down. Yeah, I think it's left to right or right to left. They're lasers. They will never start at the center and go to the left or the right. But sometimes there will be a fireball that will drop down, and that is worth the most points. Whoops. You have a shield of limited use, and you will see like its radius when you use the shield button. And the radius will get smaller the more times you use the shield, and you can hold the shield button down and have it continually functioning, but it will burn down quicker that way. And once it's out, you can't replenish it until you lose a life. But this is really dull and just a bad idea. But again, remember, it always starts from the left or to the right and moves to the right or the left. It doesn't start at the center. Now, if that little missile thing or whatever it is that comes down from the top of the screen on occasion, if it touches you, you will be paralyzed for a few seconds. So make sure you shoot it and you get the points for it, because it is worth a lot of points compared to these tripods. This is just a bad idea. Just a very dull, uninteresting game. I guess it was incredibly rare. But I definitely never see it. See how small the radius of my shield is now, because I've used it a lot. And now it's out. And I got killed, and that's my game. I will play again. But that's all there is to the game. The tripods need multiple shots to bring down to nothing. And when they're just down to the head can fly away if you don't shoot it soon enough. You gotta put in your initials if you make the high score list. But yeah, I'll play again in just a moment. I don't know why the sound is not emulated perfectly in MAME. It's stuck on the humming sound, and that's incredibly annoying. But yeah, this is not a very good game. We'll play again. But yeah, definitely go for that missile thing whenever you can. It is worth the most points. Yeah, it takes 4 shots to completely destroy a tripod, and And once it's down to the head can fly away. There's no real penalty for letting it fly away. But it's just one tripod after another and the occasional missile. Definitely try to take out that missile. It's worth the most points. And just remember the direction of the enemy laser. Try to get right underneath a tripod and take it out. And be careful when there's two tripods that can fire lasers. Yeah, this game is just not a very good idea. I definitely never saw this in arcades. Never heard of it. I've read at least some of the novel War of the Worlds. I don't know that I've ever listened to the unrelated radio broadcast by Orson Welles, which was it was a joke. It was a Halloween prank, just to get people to listen and to mess with them. And a lot of people surprisingly thought it was authentic. And I think after the broadcast was over, Wells himself even actually said, no, this was a joke. But people were still freaked out. And there was a similar incident in the late 80s, in like 89, in Seattle. There was a comedy show called Almost Live that had a fake newscast about the Seattle Space Needle falling over, and a lot of people thought that was real. I remember when that happened. I was in Seattle at the time, or the Seattle area, Auburn, Federal Way. But yeah, this is just a terrible game. I do not recommend playing this. Even just watching it, you can probably tell it's just dull as hell. Now, I did much better this game, but I really don't care. I don't like this game at all. I think this is definitely one of the top 10 or so worst arcade games that I've played. One of the other awful ones that was also by Cinematronics that I've played was Barrier. But that is War of the Worlds by Cinematronics in 1981. Like I said, I think that it was initially created in 1979, but just black and white, and then they released it in 81 as a color vector game. But it's really not very good. All I can say for you who want to play it is just recognize the direction that the laser will be fired by the enemy, and use your shield sparingly. That was War of the Worlds by Cinematronics in 1981. Really bad color vector game. Well, this is Crazy Climber 80 saying thanks for watching War of the Worlds by Cinematronics in 1981. I'll catch you later in the future with another video. Have a great weekend, everybody, and I will see you later. Take it easy. Bye-bye.